Hi guys, welcome to another video. Hope you're all keeping well. Now in this video I'm just going to show you a couple of movies which I picked up and sent for over the past couple of weeks. So without further ado, they're mostly horror and most of them I've watched. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. So the first one I'd like to show you is a movie from 1974, and that is called Symptoms, starring Donald Pleasence's daughter Angela Pleasance. Now watched this last night and yeah, I wasn't really impressed by it. It's a very slow burner. It's about this girl, played by Angela Pleasance. Angela Pleasance plays this girl, Helen, and she invites her friend Anne to stay with her in a huge rambling house in the English countryside. Now, as I say, it's a very slow burner. It's made in 1974, and it takes quite a while. I won't give away too much of the story in case you want to see it for yourselves, but it does take quite a while to sort of like build up to the story, and the climax and that. Yeah, but it's a kind of Marmite movie. You either hate it or you love it. But yeah, I wasn't too keen on it, guys. Yeah, it's got quite a few special features on there if you want to use your cameras and take those in. Yeah, Angela Pleasance, she's quite eccentric in that, and she's quite disturbing in that, yeah. But as I say, it is quite a very slow moving movie in that. But I don't think I'll be going back to this one, and I don't think I'll be going back to this one. Yeah. So that's the first pickup I'd like to show you by the BFI. British Film Institute, and that's a Symptoms starring Angela Pleasance. From 1974. Next one I'd like to show you is this. I must admit this was much better than that one, and that is Satan's Blood. From 1978. Pretty good black magic story, although I've done a review of this actually, although in parts like some of the dodgy decisions what the characters make, like in that, they sort of like detract from the enjoyability of the factable. It's a lovely picture, so I'm keeping this in my collection. I watched it last week and that, it's not a great black magic movie, but it's not like a bad one. It's sort of like in between and that, so so that is Satan's Blood from 1978. Next one I'd like to show you is another British Film Institute Blu-ray, and that is Sleepwalker. Now, again, guys, I wasn't too keen on this one. I watched it in the week. It's very short. It's only 50 minutes long and that, and it's basically about these two couples and that they get together, again in an English country house and that, and the story was all over the place and that, I mean, like, and the way the actions of the characters, like, they weren't very realistic and that, and it did tend to drag and that, very poor storyline and very short as well. There's a couple of short movies on it as well and that, one's from 1971. It's a kind of a fantasy thing in that, but the colour was nice on that. But yeah, as I say, guys, I was very disappointed with this one, Sleepwalkers. If you want to have a look at the special features, and it's got like a little booklet inside and that about the movie and that. Well, I wasn't too keen on it at all, guys. So that is that's Sleepwalkers from 1984. Next one I'd like to show you is a DVD, and a great DVD it is too. Done a review of this the other day, and that is The Horrors of the Black Museum, starring Michael Gough. Fantastic horror thriller from 1959. Michael Gough's really on the money, playing this sinister character who works with the police, writing books about the crimes and that, he's a very dark character and that, and as I said in the video I've done a review of it. This was years ahead of its time in terms of grisly deaths via assortments of various instruments and that, and it's sort of like a precursor to movies like Saw, Dr. Fives, the different objects used to kill people off and that. It's a great movie, The Horrors of the Black Museum. So there you go. That's The Horrors of the Black Museum, and that is from 1959. The next one I'd like to show you is another DVD, and again, this was a very disappointing movie, guys, and that is Yeti. As I said in the video review of this, like, it was the story was all over the place. All you do, they were just walking around in a snowy landscape, yapping and shooting and that, Didn't even explain why they got there in the first place, you know, what the purpose was, why they were out in the Arctic wilds and that, you know, yeah. And as I said in my video review of this, the monster, you could tell it was a bloody fella in a Yeti suit, you know, yeah. It reminded me of some of those B movies from the 1950s and that, you know, you could see that the monster outfit wasn't very authentic. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend this movie, guys, to anybody. Yeah, it's one of the worst Yeti movies, if not the worst Yeti movies I've ever seen. So that is Yeti from 2019. And I'm sad to say, guys, another disappointing movie, and a very, very disappointing movie at that. And that is Saint Maud. Oh, pardon me. Yeah. Very, very interminable movie, guys. I won't go on too much about it. If you watch me video review of it, you know what everything I feel about it. Yeah. So the less said about that, the better. So that is Saint Maud. Truly, truly awful movie. Right. So that's all the horror movies out of the way. I just want to show you the two non-horror movies, if I will. I've got two Blu-rays here, and one I haven't watched, but one I have. And the one I have watched is one called Marty. Now, I've done a video review of this as well, and Ernest Borgnine is the main protagonist. He plays Marty, and basically he gets badgered all the time by his family and that, you know, when you're going to get married, you know, people coming in. He has this butcher shop in the Bronx, and people coming in saying, you know, when are you going to get married and that, you know, yeah. And it's all about the, you know, singledom, being single in 50s America. And, you know, he has difficulty getting a girl. He goes to the dance floors and that, you know, and he has difficulty. And to cut a long story short, he gets involved with this girl played by Betsy Blair, and the relationship, you know, you see the ups and downs then of the relationship and that, and everybody tries to discourage him and that, you know, from dating this girl and that. But yeah, Marty follows his heart. Yeah, great little movie, and it's an American favourite, this, guys. Yeah, Marty. Yeah, so that's Marty from 1954. Two special features there. Yeah, great movie. And last but by no means least, this is a movie I'm intending to watch tonight. It's starring Ray Milland, and it is called Lost Weekend. Now, if you're not familiar with this movie, I've seen it years ago on the old black and white telly, and I enjoyed it. Ray Milland plays you know, an inveterate drinker, you know, and it shows all the problems and turmoil an alcoholic and addicted to alcohol faces and that, you know, yeah. This won so many awards, this movie, yeah, and of course quite a stir when it was released in the 40s, yeah. So like, this is a great release here. This is an old Eureka Classics release, yeah. And got loads and loads of special features there, guys, if you want to freeze your cameras and take those in. Yeah, absolutely love Ray Milland and that, you know, yeah. And this has got a booklet as well with it and that, you know, yeah. So there's the booklet, Lost Weekend, yeah. So I'm looking forward to watching this one tonight. It also stars Jane Wyman, yeah. Yeah, based on the novel by Charles Jackson. Also starring Philip Terry, Howard Da Silva, Doris Dowling, and Frank Phelan, yeah. So there you go. That is The Lost Weekend from 1945. Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed that pickups video. Yeah. I've got two more in the post, like they haven't arrived yet, but I'll do a separate video for them. That is the Reanimator, the special edition, the Arrow special edition, which should be here any day now. And I'm waiting for I've ordered the Cabinets of Dr. Caligari, the silence horror movie, yeah. So looking forward to watching them, yeah. Okay, hope you enjoyed this pickups video anyway. And yeah, all going well. I'll talk to you again soon. Take care, guys, and stay safe.